Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look at another action figure, this being a Walking Dead action figure, that being Morgan. First of all I'll go through the accessories he comes with. He comes with a swappable head. This is the head he was with at first, which is just his normal Morgan head face thing, which they pop off pretty easily actually, surprisingly enough. And you get this useless backpack which I can't seem to put on his back, which is a bit stupid and a bit annoying. But yeah, very detailed, very nice, aside from the fact that it doesn't really fit or go on his back. Same sort of thing with this machine gun of sorts. It's very nicely detailed indeed. It looks like very authentic, like an actual gun. Has like the scope thing there, all of the correct sort of details and thingamajigs and bits and bobs. Like the clip there and the trigger there and stuff. Very nice indeed. That's one of the selling points for me anyway, of buying the Walking Dead figures. I do like the amount of accessories usually the figures come with, and that as they come with quite a lot. The only downside is that it does bug me that they do come with accessories, but sometimes with ones that don't actually work with that figure. The only one that seems to actually fit in his hand pretty decently or work as an accessory is the stick, or the staff, or whatever, which I thought was pretty cool. The reversible head, or the other head, is this head here, as you can see here, which is pretty cool. It gives him a very darker, eerier look to him, as it's got like this mask and that, and you can't see his eyes or mouth, and I think it's supposed to be a reference to him in season 3, where he goes insane and borders himself in that house of sorts, after he's had to kill his wife and kid. But then by that logic, why is the stick, as we only see him use this stick slash staff thing, or get that in season 6 I think it is, with the cheesemaker. You also get this little hood thing which just clips onto the back of his neck there, which is nice. As I said before though, I think, or as I'm gonna say now anyway, I think if you take this off, it devalues his scare factor, I think, because you can see his head, so you can see the sort of a person underneath, whereas if you have it, just clip it back on, I think you can, see that he looks more menacing and scary. My only gripe with the hood is obviously if you have the hood on, obviously there's less articulation for the head. I guess that's the only downside to that. So yeah, and the stick is just a normal sort of little plastic piece of plastic, really, with a little bit of detailing here and there. So yeah, detail wise the action figure is very nice, as all of the Walking Dead figures usually are. You've got really nice shin pads, like military like shin pads, or like the ones that he may have stolen from like the police department thing. As I said before, this mask is very nice. I really do adore it. It gives this sort of sinister like look to him. You also have very nice weathering and texture to the jacket and whatnot. As I say, the shoes are very nice. The jeans are very creased and wrinkled, and a lot of the Walking Dead figures are very nicely detailed too as well, and look very realistic, and that, you've got a nice little pocket there and stuff. Articulation wise, he has a full 360 head, I think, kind of. Full 360 head, it's on a ball joint. The arms go out 90 degrees of sorts. I think they're a bit hindered by the top of the thing. The elbows and the hand has a lot of wrist articulation, as it's on a ball hinge. The knees can, bend, or the knees can go in and stuff. I think there's a bit of foot articulation as well. I'm not 100% sure. it's well articulated. You can definitely get it in quite a few different dynamic poses and things along that line. It would usually help if you had two hands available, whereas I don't right now, as obviously one of my hands is operating the camera. But yeah, it is well articulated as usual. But yeah, I think my only gripe with, it's not too bad on the arms, but I think my only gripe with the articulation of sorts is that obviously on the back at least it's very obvious that there's these two articulation points of sorts, whereas at least with the arms they kind of blend in a lot more with the rest of the texture / look of the coat on his arms. But yeah, what would I rate this figure out of 10, Morgan? I would give it a well-earned 7 out of 10. I do like this figure quite a lot. It is a nice little figure. It does look nice, and I picked it up for $14.99. Is it worth that? Well, if you're a big, massive fan of The Walking Dead, then yeah, definitely pick this one up. And again, I do think this is a good figure. And that, you know, it does come with quite a few different accessories, and as I say, the swappable head thing isn't actually as difficult as I anticipated, as with quite a few of the Doctor Who ones, it's usually a nightmare, whereas with this one, it just seemed to pop off like that, you know, and just do it very easily. So yeah, 7 out of 10, thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.